That's the only vitamin C sort of serum. What's a serum? Huh? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be another 3-minute product review, and I'll be reviewing the Ordinary Vitamin C Suspension 23% plus Hyaluronic Spheres 2%. I actually bought this on ASOS's website. It's £5.50 full price, but I got 10% student discount on it. I paid £4.95 for this. You get 30 millilitres of product in this. I worked it out and I managed to get 23 uses out of this. When I'm done with this video, I'm going to cut this tube in half and scrape out the rest of the product because waste not, want not. So on the back it says that you can apply small amounts to the face in the morning or the evening, but the evening is preferred. And personally, I also preferred applying it in the evening because it made my face look a bit shiny, and it wasn't a problem in the evening because I wasn't going anywhere, but I feel like in the morning that would just be a bit long to contend with. So when you apply this to your face, it feels a bit gritty initially, but that feeling dissipates fairly quickly. So on the box it says a tingling sensation can be expected, and let me tell you, it's, yeah, you will definitely feel the tingling. I felt the tingling slightly when I put it on my cheeks and my forehead, but I really felt it on my neck and my nose. I don't know if most people feel a different severity depending on the part of the face that it's applied to, but that's something I definitely noticed. On my cheeks and my forehead it was way more bearable. When I applied it to my neck and my nose, I felt like I was this close to just wiping it off. It says you can combine this with cream to sort of minimize the tingling effect, but I personally found that that had no real effect. The cream I was using was actually quite thick. Initially it felt cooling when I applied it, but then the tingling just came back full force. It did ultimately settle down within, if I had to estimate, maybe like 5 to 8 minutes after putting it on. But it's the kind of thing where after I applied it, I felt like I had to sit on my hands to stop myself from just wiping it off. It wasn't that bad, but it was a new sensation for me personally. I've never really used a product of this strength before. I've used the vitamin C serum from the Body Shop, which I think has actually been discontinued, so that's a little bit annoying, but not necessarily relevant to this video. I've used other vitamin C products, but I think the serum from the Body Shop is the closest to this product. They're still quite different, but I think out of all the products I've used, they're definitely the ones that are closest in terms of similarity. This is described as a water-free, silicone-free, stable suspension. They do have another vitamin C suspension product, but I believe that one is 30%, whereas this one is 23%. Looking online, this one has slightly better reviews than the other one, so I just went straight for this one. With the tingling, it bordered on painful, but it was definitely tolerable. Like I said before, it wasn't unbearable, but it was definitely noticeable. The first change in my skin that I noticed with this was a change in the texture of my skin. By around day 5, my skin just felt a lot smoother and softer. It also felt a bit more supple. One of the benefits of this product is that it's meant to help with anti-aging, so I think that's why my skin felt a bit more supple. The hyaluronic acid as well was meant to help retexturize skin. I definitely felt those effects, and generally my face looked a lot brighter, but I will say that I didn't notice any real changes in the hyperpigmentation of my skin, and that for me that's the main reason why I use vitamin C products. I think there were slight changes, but nothing really significant, nothing that I could really point to and be like, oh, that area of my face looks a lot more even than it did previously. I don't know if it's because I didn't use it long enough. I did use it for 23 days. It doesn't claim to work on hyperpigmentation specifically. It does talk about the evenness of skin, but I think that that could refer to the texture. I'd carry on using this product purely for the fact that it made my skin feel like it'd been resurfaced. One thing I did notice though is that it made the skin around my nose dry out and flake off a little bit. It wasn't painful as long as I didn't pick it off, but that is something I think that's worth mentioning. Since opening this product, I've used it every night bar one. I didn't use it on one night because I was ill and I fell asleep before I could complete my nighttime skincare routine. So as I was saying earlier, I noticed the change in the texture of my skin fairly early on in using this product, but the visible results were definitely slower. With that being said, I do think that this could replace the Body Shop's vitamin C serum for me, mainly because it doesn't seem to be available anymore, which is so annoying. Does anybody know if there's a way to find out if products are going to be discontinued before they're just gone from the shelves? Because I feel like certain things that I've loved have just disappeared and nothing's been said. I know they're not going to just like announce it to the customers every time they walk into the store or anything, but there must be a way to get a heads up, because like the Revlon lash glue got discontinued, the Body Shop's vitamin C radiance powder mix just disappeared. I need a bit of a heads up so I can stockpile my favorites and protect my heart. It's just a bit cruel. Yeah, I think it will replace that for me, because I think if I remember correctly that was £16 full price, whereas this one is £5 or £5.50 full price. So the savings quite substantial, and even though I never did buy the Body Shop's vitamin C Radiance Powder Mix full price, it's still a significant saving. I still save a bit of money between the sale price that I paid and the standard price for this, especially with student discount on top. The results are a lot more gradual, but it should be noted that the vitamin C serum was something that you're meant to use for a period of 10 days, whereas this is something that you can just use every night. So even though this is something I would happily continue using and integrate it into my skincare routine, I do prefer the Body Shop's vitamin C serum, namely because there was no tingling involved at all, and I felt like the results were a lot more apparent for what I was looking for from the product. My whole thing with using vitamin C products is for the brightening aspects, but more so because I want to even out my skin tone. Because my face and neck are a lot darker than the rest of me, my goal is just to like make my skin tone as even as possible. That's why I use the vitamin C products, and I felt literally within 3 days of using the Body Shop serum, I noticed a change in the hyperpigmentation of my skin. It's possible that because that product was meant to be used for a period of 10 days, it was a bit more concentrated, whereas there's no time specification listed with this product. I also just loved how that one smelled. It was really citrusy and zesty, and I really liked that. So this one doesn't really have much of a smell to it, at least not one that I can put my finger on. Even though the Body Shop's one was a bit pricey, for me it was totally worth it. I did a lot of sales, so often I bought it for around £9, so that made it more affordable for me. And because I could see visible results and I could feel the change in my skin as well, it was a justifiable purchase. I don't want to talk about it too much because this is a review of The Ordinary, but I've not seen it on the website in recent months, and I don't know if it's still in. I'm holding on to the hope that it might still be in some stores, but I've not seen it for a while, so it's likely that this is definitely going to be taking its place for me. One thing I think is worth mentioning is that whilst I was using this, I broke out in a little bit of a rash on the front and back of my neck where I'd been applying it. I don't want to definitively say that the suspension caused the rash because I also used it on my face and I didn't get the same effect there. But then again, the neck is more sensitive than the face, so I do think it is possible that the suspension caused the rash. What I'm going to do is let the rash clear up and then use it again and see if I get the same result, and then I'll definitely call it quits. But I don't want to give up on it just yet because the rash might have been caused by something else. So all in all, I do think this is a decent product. I did like it. The next time I use it, I'm going to try and make sure I take a before picture and then an after picture so I can really see whether there were any changes in the hyperpigmentation or not. I think one of my mistakes this time was not taking any pictures because it can be hard to spot changes in your face even though you look at it every single day. It's like with working out, like sometimes you don't realize how much something has changed if you didn't take a before picture. That's definitely something I'm going to try and do next time around. That's the end of this week's video, guys. I hope you found this review helpful. If you did, please remember to click like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't. If you've used this product, leave me a comment, let me know how you got on with it. Did it sting your face all over or was it just in certain areas? And if you experienced any rashes or irritation on the skin, let me know. Also, if you have any suggestions for future videos that you want to see or any products that you want me to do a review on, go ahead and let me know in the comments. I'll put a button on the screen to past reviews that I've done. I've done a review of the Body Shop's Radiance capsules, of the Radiance Powder Mix. I've done a review of their warming mask, of the Simple Micellar Water. I've done a lot of reviews in the past, so check those out if you want. I also do beauty videos and hauls, and I've started to venture into booktube a little bit lately. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, go ahead and check some of that content out. I think that's everything, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in next week's video. Bye! Why did the sun have to do this right now? Screw this bit, I'll move on. So this is subscribed? Well, do subscribe.